Okay, so welcome to part B. I guess I couldn't do it in 10 minutes. Funny story, I totally botched the next part of the video, so we're going to start right here. Once you have this B column sorted out with you're pulling all these numbers from the first sheet. Remember how we're using the sum function and we're dragging that over? Is there any other I can do here that I have? No, I don't think so. What you're going to do is you're going to go up to the C column. Column. Now I want you to highlight. If you click on the actual header, it's going to highlight the entire thing. Click on that. Now what we're actually going to do is that if you have right click, you can use that, or you go up to edit and hit delete. We don't need that row. All right. Next thing, you're going to go now to D. So this is where it says X out of 100. I know you guys can convert decimal to the hundredths to a percent. So we're going to, if you right click this, right click, we're going to delete that one as well. Okay, these ones we're going to keep just because it gives us something to work with. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to add one that says rank. Now remember, if I'm going too fast, pause it, then do it. Okay, now decimal. I had to figure out a different way to do this, because if I just take the sum of 9,000, or this one, if you get the wrong one, 2,700 divided by this one, that's my income. The decimal here is from the X is X divided by income. So we're trying to find out what percentage of our income these expenses will occur. So this is X is all of these expenses. The income is what we make a year. If I do that and it says value, awesome. This happens quite a bit, guys, so all you got to do is just be patient. So let's do this again. Hit the sum. We're going to go that one, divided by is a slash, that. Now I get 0.3. If I copy this and paste it, look what happens here. This gives me B6 divided by B5, because the formula in the first cell that we used was the cell just above to the left, or this one divided by the one to the left. So it will keep that formatting. So this formula won't work. This is how we get around it. We're going to hit the sum button. B5 is what I would like. Now what we're going to do is we're going to divide this by the income. However, this is a little bit of simple code. I'm using a $ in front of the B. Use your arrow key to get over, and then in front of the 4. This is like putting quotation marks around your search in Google. It says, I only want results that match this. So this part of the equation, this $B, $4, is saying wherever I copy this, the first number will change, but it will always divide by B4. Whoa, excuse me. How professional. So this will enable us to copy this all the way down. So I'm going to hit enter. Gives me 0.3. Now when I take this one and copy it, put it back in here, edit, paste. Aha, this makes more sense. So if I click on it, double click, you see how it's got B4. It's going to lock my income as the unit that I'm using. By the way, if you go into this, if you start clicking, you're going to mess it up. The way you get out is by hitting escape, and that'll take you back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this top one and I'm going to copy it. Now I'm going to highlight every other one of these cells all the way down to the bottom, including, do I want that total? Yeah, sure, let's take the total. Now I go up, edit, and I'm going to paste. Okay, now anything I put in here, let's say my gas cost is $1,500 a year. It's automatically going to calculate the decimal. Now, but do you see how these decimals are in a horrible? We only need to the hundredth spot. So we're going to highlight this column again. So highlight that column. We don't want all these decimals. What I want you to do is I want you to right click. It pulls up this extra menu. You're going to go down to Format Cells. Format Cells. And this is going to pull up with the spinning wheel a whole bunch of stuff. Now, Format Cells. We want number, not general. We want to click on number. Click on number. See, that's 2 decimal places. Exactly what I want. Negative numbers, I want to say negative in the front. You have all these options, but we're just going to use negative for now. I hit OK. Now, it's even going to round everything for me. Maintenance, well, I know maintenance is going to be, let's say, no, it's going to be 3,500. So that gives me 0.4. Right? Now, here's the neat thing. We started with $90,000. Let's say we go back to our format, our options, and I find out, oh, you know what? I was wrong. It's actually $6,500. I hit enter. It's updated everything. My income is now 78,000. 78,000. All of these numbers now get transferred because we're always calculating based on that cell. Yeah, I know this is kind of complicated, but hang in there. We've only got really 3 more things to do. This column, this is the percentage. Well, percentages is a pretty easy calculation. All we need to do is multiply this number, the decimal, by percent 100. So I'm going to go sum, click on the decimal, C5. See that? C5 tells me I'm in the right spot. Multiplication is a star times 100. This now gives me the percent. Now, I know that says 30, but if you look at the top where it says formula, this is showing me this is the calculation. So this is actually what I'm going to copy. It's going to multiply whatever number's to the left by 100. So we're going to copy that, shortcut it, and I'm just going to drag this all the way down to the bottom of our graph. I paste it. Now, look at this. Now we've got all of these beautiful percentages. They're calculating right from here. Isn't that funny? What's going on with that? C6. Now why would it show up like that, do you think? That's because it's still using the whole number. We've rounded it. The system isn't yet. So let's highlight it. We're going to right click again. Format Cells. Go into number. Now, where it says decimal places, we don't want any decimal places for percent. We don't. We don't need it. So we take this decimal place down to 0. Hit OK. There we go. Now, see, now they match. So far, so good. We got 2 more here. The next one is we now need to know what percentage 30% is of 360. Because 360 is what we're going to be using our circle graphs on, 360 degrees in a circle. So this calculation, we need to take the 30% and multiply that by 360. Well, to do that, we use the decimal again. This calculation, we're going to go in and hit the sum function. We want 360. You can cross multiply and divide this on a calculator, but you know what? This whole project is about using Excel. We're going to times that by the percent of each row. So 5, 6, we're going to calculate for each one. 30% as a decimal. Well, hey, it's right there. 0.3. I hit enter. 108 degrees. If we did cross multiply and divide here, if we do 30 over 100 equals blank out of 360, like that, right? We'd go 30 times 360, and then we divide that by 100. You're going to get this exact same number, okay? We'll just let the computer do it for us, though. Get rid of that. All right, now where are we? Last one is, well, degree. Guess what? We don't even need that. Highlight that and delete it. Actually, don't delete it. Don't delete it. All I want you to do is change that to rank. There, that'll work even better. So now we have this formula. How do we get that on all the other ones? If you're not answering, answer, because this is going to help you lock this in. We are going to copy it. Copy that. So this cell is going to take whatever is in row C, multiply that by, or 360 times whatever's in row C, which is the part of the income that we've calculated at the top. So now we take this all the way down to the bottom, edit and paste. Well, that sure didn't work. Let me try that again. Hold on here. Right click. Let's go delete clear contents. Okay, so here we are. Sum of 360 divided by that. Good. I'm going to copy that. As we go down, fingers crossed. Sometimes you got to do this a couple times. And we will paste. 108. I love it when this happens. I'm just going to start that over again. So we go sum 360 divided by C5. Oh, that's why I put in 30%. That's why it wasn't working. So 360 divided by the C. There. That can't be right. Let's try this one more time. We go 360. Did I just divide it by? I did, didn't I? 360. Do you know why that didn't make sense? You can't have 1200 degrees in a circle. So we times by the decimal of the percent. So that's, we're taking 360 times 30%. There we go. Now, let's just check this. We'll copy it and paste. 34 degrees. 3, yeah, that's good because this is rounded up. Right? It should be close to 36, 360 degrees. So we'll see how that rounds up once we're done. So now we can take this and copy it. Now we can paste it. So there you just saw me fumble around. It's going to happen. This kind of stuff goes like that from time to time. Now I've got way too many decimals in here again. So we're going to highlight it, right click, format cells. Under number, how many decimal places? We want 0. Okay, beautiful. Okay, last one. So look at this, guys. This stuff is already set up. This is the last piece of code, and this is the most complicated one. So what you're going to do, I'm going to go through this one a little slower. We're going to go sum. And then what I want you to do is I actually want you to delete where it says sum. Okay, delete all that to the equal sign. We're going to type in rank. R-A-N-K. Okay, just going to double check this. Good. Okay. So we have rank. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a bracket. We want to rank everything from E4 down to E27. Hold on here. You know what? I'm just going to pull this up. Let me just grab this. Copy. I'm going to put this in here so you can just type it in. Almost there. Thanks for being patient, guys. This took me a while to figure out. And now it's not ranking what I want. There it is. Copy. Okay. All right. So at the top, so in this, we'll do it here. So what you're going to type in. So we're going to click E6. Good. We're going to go equals rank bracket. This cell, so E6, okay, E6. Let me just put this down because I know I'm going to mess it up. Paste. E6. Comma. Now, just like we did before, we're going to use the $sign. And we want to put in the first line, so the income tax, which is going to be E5. Okay? So we're going to type E $5. We're going to do a colon, which is the shift and then the colon button. Now, we want to type in the last line that we want it to rank to. This is E27. So again, we go number sign, E, number sign 27. Then close the bracket. We hit enter. And this is actually should rank us up. There we go. So what this is saying is that this code says I want this row to be ranked, the one that I'm currently in, for every number between E5 and E27. Remember, these $signs lock us in. Now, I'm just going to copy this. So I copy the cell, and we drag this all the way to E27. Hit enter. No, we paste. Paste. There we go. And here we go. So these have all been ranked. And the neat thing is that let's say in here I add in something that says $15,000 or $1,500. Sure, let's try that. So the current ranking is 8. It'll change to 7. So it'll automatically rank these as we go through. So guys, that's kind of the heavy coding to get it set up. There is one very last thing, and it is these totals. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight the rest of these car totals. We're going to right click it, and we're going to clear contents because we don't actually want anything in there right now. Now, super easy sums. The bottom of car, we go sum. And we don't want income tax, we just want all of the vehicle costs. So I highlight those 4, hit return. You can copy that and just paste it into each one of these boxes. Now, you know how to get rid of those decimals, so you can go in and kind of tweak that. Should we do that right now? Should we? Right click it, format cells, number, this one should be 2. You can highlight both of these, right click, format cells, number, we want no decimal places. Okay. Now, what we can do is we can take these things again down here, sum, we want this for this whole accommodation, that's a big one. This one here, we want to go sum. Now I didn't clear this, but we can just overwrite it. That'll work too, I guess. Here we go, sum. I want to go from accommodation down. And here, we want to go sum. From accommodation down, enter. Perfect. You can actually delete that ranking on that outside, because we don't need it. Don't need to rank the totals. That's never going to serve us. That'll actually screw up your data when you're going through it. These should all be gray as well. Okay, and then we got the other total. Will be the last one. So one more time, we click on that, hit sum. We're going from food down, and hit return. Now we can even just copy this. Copy, copy, and paste it. and paste it, and paste it. There we go. Now, final one. I guess there's a couple more to do. My apologies for that. This one is interesting because what we're going to do is now we're going to add up the total of our totals, which is really all of the gray boxes plus our income tax. All right. So what we do is we go sum. We're going to click on the other total, then hit plus. Click on the property total, hit plus. Click on the car total, type in a plus. And the last one, don't forget it, B5. So this gives me the total of all of my totals. As I add things in, $15,000, all of these totals change. Oh, and look at that. I have one more of these to change. Format cells, number 2. So you can see it's a little finicky. And this is a long video. But you know what? Hope it gets you through it. Didn't have to do much but follow along and think. Okay, so you want to be running these totals. Here you can just copy it and paste it, paste, paste. Clean these up. Format cells, number. You can probably there's probably quicker ways to do that. Actually, I know there is, but it's late. I wanted to get this done for you, so we're ready to go. Format cells, number 0. Okay, perfect. All right, and there you have it. Ready to go. These numbers you can put in from the D2L shell, or we can work on them a little bit next week. Thanks, guys. Sorry it's so long. Have a great weekend.